going to have to wait. Just to clarify it, there's some moving parts there that we're going to have to figure out and explore and just see where we're at.
That's John Harbaugh talking about former Steeler and Panther Deontay Johnson. Sounds like Deontay's asked to be released. That's some of the reporting out of Baltimore right now is he doesn't want to be there, and it doesn't really sound like Harbaugh really wants him there, and it's hilarious. And it begs an obvious Steelers question here. Couple, in fact. But did the Steelers make a single wrong move this offseason? Seriously. Because at the time, we were all over the Deontay Johnson trade. We didn't love the return in Dante Jackson. It's not that we wanted the Steelers to keep Deontay, but if they had, maybe they could have flipped him for Brandon Ayuk, and so we thought that part of it was an issue, and they kind of rushed into it without having a plan B. But Dante Jackson leads the league for interception from a cornerback. Leads the league with 5. He's been pretty good.
Yep, really good.
Really good.
Really, really good.
Meanwhile, Deontay Johnson, he was okay in Carolina, has done nothing in Baltimore, and he's showing you right now the guy he is. Mike Williams caught one ball with the Steelers, and he posted on Instagram last night, nothing matters but winning, or something to that effect.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Deontay Johnson's all wrapped up in his parka, just doing nothing. Patrick Queen has worked out. Deshaun Elliott has worked out. I'm trying to think of a guy that they've brought in who hasn't been good. Patrick Queen's been very good. I think they hit a whole bunch of home runs this offseason, Dorin.
They really did. I'm trying to think. Maybe the injury luck with Faltanu. I mean, if you want to throw that in there with the draft. Yeah. Roman Wilson as well.
Yeah.
Some draft picks haven't really been able to play because of injury, but other than that, yeah.
And it's not like they haven't been able to play because they've stunk.
Right.
Which I think would be a misstep by the Steelers if they were playing guys who weren't playing well.
I mean, even Cordero Patterson. You're thinking, okay, he may be a kick returner. He's 40 years old. You're going to take a shot on him. But, for the production that he has given the Steelers, I mean, it's been a lot better, I think, than people thought. And we were saying that before the season. I was like, he's going to get used on offense.
Yeah.
And
before he got hurt, he looked really good.
Yeah.
He looked a lot better in this game, had 40 receiving yards, something like that. If there's a swing and a miss that we're missing, let us know at 412-928-9370. Fields got them to 4-2. He's got them out of 2 ball games at the end in Baltimore and this last week against Cincinnati. Obviously, Russell Wilson has been a godsend and transformative for this franchise.
I mean, think about what they did with Johnston in the punting position and thinking that, one of the best punters in the league last year, we're going to sign him because our punting unit stinks and Presley Harvin stinks. And then he gets hurt immediately. But then you get Corliss Waitman, who's been just as good, one of the better upper echelon punters in the league. So, yeah, they haven't missed.
He's had one bad punt all year, and it helped cost them the Browns loss, but it's among the many reasons why they lost that game. He's been outstanding.
Outstanding.
And then you think about the hires. Arthur Smith's done great. I think that's inarguable. Bad game against Cleveland. But again, I just said there's a lot that went into that loss. They're top 10 in the league in offense. They're top 10 in the league in rushing. I don't think they made a misstep. But I'll tell you what's going to happen with Deontay Johnson. This is obvious, right? Do you know where I'm going with this?
Mm-mm.
He's going to be a Chief.
Oh.
He's going to wind up being a Chief, and they're going to use him immediately, and he's going to be very good because he is a good enough football player, and Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are magicians. He's going to go to Kansas City, and he's going to wind up being a thorn in their side.
Do you think that Kansas City doesn't, Hollywood Brown's about to come back.
That's true.
I don't know if Kansas City.
Buffalo.
If you're the GM in Kansas City and you're pulling the strings, red flags immediately, right? With Deontay Johnson, okay, this is, you can't make it work with the Ravens?
Yeah, maybe he would go there and he would taint the pool.
Yeah, I don't know if we really need you.
Maybe he'd be the turd in a punch bowl.
Right.
The Steelers should sign him, tell him that he's going to be a principal point of the offense, and then never dress him and just not allow him to go anywhere else. That's so mean.
That is mean.
Deontay, we love you, man. We're so sorry we let you go. Why don't you come on back to Pittsburgh? Bang. Practice squad. See ya. No, it's not going to happen.
No.
Never. If he knew the offense I still wouldn't bring him back. But he doesn't know the offense. It's totally different offense, totally different quarterback. They're not using Mike Williams already.
I think he would do good here.
They can't get Mike Williams on the field.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just think that Deontay Johnson would do good here.
He's an ass.
He is.
And they already have issues brewing with, not brewing, brewed. Cups been poured.
Yep.
They got cups poured issues of George Pickens. That's good English. Like,
I still, if I could go back, even though everything how it's transpired with Deontay Johnson, me personally, I would have given him a chance with Arthur Smith, a new receivers coach. I would have waited it out in OTAs in training camp and then see where we were at with him. If he was acting up, this and that, I would give him another chance because I think that Dante Jackson was going to get released, and I would have signed him.
Yeah.
Like in a perfect world, me personally, I would have gave him one last chance.
They probably could have had both, but you run the risk then of Dante Jackson getting plucked by somebody else.
Right.
And he might have been a hot commodity. Maybe not like the most sought after corner on the market, but he's been good.
Mm-hmm.
He does some stuff that makes you like he lost, who was it, Higgins or Chase?
Yeah, the back of the end zone.
Back of the end zone, where I think he's trying to pass that off.
He is trying to pass it off.
So somebody didn't know what the hell was going on there. Maybe that's on him. Maybe it's on somebody else. I don't know. Here's a text, and maybe a good one. Cam Sutton hasn't been very good. But that's one of those you understand the process, even if the results don't work out for you.
Mm-hmm.